Welcome to AI Pulse, where we break down the biggest news happening in artificial intelligence. All right, let's jump right in.
Let's kick things off with a number. A massive number that really tells the whole story today. $428.3 billion.
So what is that? Well, that's the record-breaking amount of debt that global tech companies have taken on just this year. And it's all to fund this crazy, intensifying race for AI dominance.
Yeah, analysts are actually calling this a huge structural shift. It's basically an AI arms race, and it's forcing even companies that are swimming in cash to borrow a ton of money just to stay in the game.
And make no mistake, this isn't just a Silicon Valley thing. It's a full-on global spending spree. You can see right here, US firms are definitely leading the charge, but everyone's getting in on it.
Okay, so the big question is, where is all this money going? What is it actually building? Well, the answer is an unprecedented wave of new, incredibly powerful AI models.
For instance, Google just dropped Gemini 3 Flash, and the big promise here? Pro-level reasoning at just a fraction of the cost of the older models.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. It's all about that classic trade-off, right? Performance versus cost. Google is really trying to push the boundaries here, essentially making this top-tier AI way more accessible for, developers and businesses that couldn't afford it before.
But this race isn't just about who has the most powerful model. It's also about philosophy. On the other side of the ring, you've got Mistral AI, which just released its new family of models, including the really powerful Mistral Large 3. And this right here, this perfectly illustrates the two competing visions for the future of AI. On one hand, you have the walled garden approach, controlled by a few massive companies, and on the other, you have this idea of a more open, decentralized ecosystem. It's a huge debate.
Okay, so switching gears a bit to the developer side of things. Anthropic just pushed a new version of its coding assistant, Claude Code. And the feedback is kinda mixed. Users are loving the power, for sure, but they're also pointing out a few, let's say, nagging bugs that are still hanging around.
But look, this relentless pace of innovation, it doesn't just live on servers or in lines of code. It has a very, very real and immediate human impact. Just look at the numbers from this year. You've got Amazon cutting 14,000 jobs.
Then there's Microsoft, which cut 15,000. And Salesforce, eliminating 4,000 customer service roles. So when you add it all up, companies have explicitly cited AI as a factor in over 55,000 US layoffs this year alone. I mean, that's a number that would have been completely unthinkable just 12 months ago.
And what's really new here is that, for the first time, executives are being super open about it. They're directly linking these cuts to AI-driven efficiency. They're framing it as a strategic need to become, and I'm quoting here, more leanly organized.
And of course, this kind of disruption is now spilling over into the political sphere. We're actually seeing this rare bipartisan alliance forming in places like Ohio, where they're pushing back against a federal plan to override their state-level AI regulations.
Okay, so let's shift focus. Because it's not all about corporate strategy and job cuts. AI is also becoming this deeply personal and honestly cultural force in our everyday lives. A perfect example is OpenAI's new feature, Your Year with ChatGPT. Think Spotify Wrapped, but for your AI conversations. It actually gives you this personalized summary of your chats, showing you what you've been using it for, whether that's creative writing, boosting your productivity, or something else entirely.
So where is all this heading? While we're all getting used to AI in our chats and apps, the next big frontier for this technology, well, it lies far, far beyond the simple chatbot.
I'm talking about something called causal AI. Now, this is a really powerful new technique that researchers are using to tackle some of the biggest challenges in science. It's designed to go beyond just finding patterns. It's about understanding actual cause and effect.
And we just saw a huge breakthrough using this. Researchers at Tohoku University in Fujitsu. They used this AI to figure out the fundamental mechanism of a new superconductor. I mean, think about that. It's a process that could dramatically, and I mean dramatically, speed up the discovery of new materials.
So this all brings us right back to where we started. We've seen the billions of dollars fueling this AI gold rush, we've seen the explosion of new tools, and we've seen the very real societal cost. It all leaves us with one big question. As this cycle just gets faster and faster, are we truly prepared for the transformation that's coming next?